And we are live. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Hello, hello. Yvonne here from My Halal Kitchen. And today I have a really interesting guest for you and a really interesting topic about the Halal Expo Canada 2020. Today I have with me Nasser Deeb, the exhibitions director of the Expo Hut. Assalamu alaikum, Nasser. How are you?
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you, Ivan, for inviting us for this interview.
No, thanks for having taking the time to do this. I know you're a really busy guy and you work on lots of different expos, but your focus right now is the Halal Expo Canada. And just to kind of summarize what that's about, Halal Expo Canada is a B2B event serving as a gateway to the growing North American halal market. And the expo will gather the highest quality products and services of the halal industry and is a meeting point for both buyers and suppliers from around the world. It's a unique event taking place May 12th to 14th in Toronto. So I'm going to send a link out to the comment section. Everybody can take a look. And let's just get started. Nasser, can you tell us all about this event? Give us an overview, who should come, what it's about. I know you're really animated and excited about this, so I'm going to let you do most of the talking.
Yes, so we are very excited as well. It's been a long time since we engaged with our audience. And it's about time to go back in person, and we're excited about that. With the last time we did the show was in 2019. It was the debut, and we were very happy to have the first ever show in North America that is B2B for the halal lifestyle industry. And we were very happy with the start. Everybody was excited. We had a good conference, and everybody started to talk about 2020 at that time, and suddenly, we had unexpected visitor called COVID. So unfortunately, we had to postpone a couple of times. Now that we want to, but we had no choice because of to make sure we protect our participant and our attendees, and consider about their safety and health. So we had to take the tough decision of keep pushing it until finally. We were blessed that finally the government allowed us to go ahead and do shows in a full capacity. And this is where we are excited and we are looking forward. There are many things happening. I cannot summarize it one interview, but I'm looking forward to say it in the coming few questions.
So during the pandemic, you didn't have an online event, right? We didn't see much about the Halal Expo at that time. I remember seeing it on LinkedIn recently. That's how I found out that you're having a show. But you didn't do anything online at all, right, during the pandemic?
No, in the country, actually, we didn't do a virtual trade show, if that was what you're asking. What we actually did to keep engaging, I think we were doing webinars in different areas, and not only locally but internationally. We engaged governments from Malaysia, Indonesia. We engaged experts, local and global. We discussed different segments of the halal industry. We touch upon very important areas. You feel free to watch on our YouTube channel all the webinars. I think we did a quite bit. We never stopped engaging with our audience, but we refused to do a replica of our in-person show in a more virtual platform. That's what we don't want to do it, because the show really needs to be in person, touch and feel, see the products and things like that. So that's why, if you're talking about the virtual trade show, no, we didn't, but we did engage in a different way through webinars, through interviews, and we continue to do so, like today, for example, with our favorite Yvonne. So yeah.
Well, I know, alhamdulillah, travel's getting easier, and I know, like, the last time I went to Canada, it was a difficult, not difficult, but it's harder than before, right? Like, with the PCR test, and it just took time to kind of get the test done, and then an extra COVID test at the airport. So that wasn't that fun. But now those restrictions are lifted. And I think people, I myself personally feel interested and excited, and I want to see people again. But I know some people feel really reserved about that. There's still people who are kind of on the fence, like they're not ready, they're not comfortable. So are you saying that this event will not be hybrid? So we kind of have to go and be in person to be.
Uh, well, basically, that's the whole idea. People are, I noticed because we just finished our, last October, we finished our kitchen and bath and stone show. We
Mhm.
noticed people are so eager to meet. It's been a long time. We've been
Yeah.
trapped behind our screens. We've been dealing with the children for a long time in one day. We don't can't go out and socialize, and I think this is the best meeting point for people to come back and say we're back. We want to do business, and I think an actual in-person event will definitely add value to everybody from
Yeah.
both exhibitors and attendees. So definitely hybrid is out of the picture. We do have a matchmaking online that the idea of it to matchmake
Business.
the show. Yeah. Uh,
So I think it's well, you know, as a business person, that business is done by people who get to know each other, right? Like you do deals with people that you get to know, and it makes things a lot easier, and people feel a lot more comfortable by meeting the person that they're doing business with in person. I mean, we did what we had to do during the pandemic, but I think it's kind of good to kind of say, you know what, we need to be there. And it's not like you can't enter the country without an antigen test. So hopefully everybody will be safe. And for those of us coming from outside of Canada, but you are getting an international crowd here, right? Because halal is gaining momentum worldwide. And so you're going to have people from all over the world coming. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so I just want to reiterate on the fact that about the interest to Canada. I've been traveling a lot. I've probably noticed it, and I've been going to the U.S. and going to other countries as well, and during the pandemic, and I've noticed a paradigm shift in the way the airport is handling things, and
Mhm.
definitely there's a very positive change in Toronto Airport that I've noticed in the last few travels I did. Things are much easier process. And now Ontario government just announced that they will not be, as long as you're vaccinated, there will be no issues coming to Canada. So yes, we are open to the international market, particularly the U.S. market. We also, yes, as you mentioned, we do have international, not as we want it, but it's really good to have. We have Indonesia government involved. We have Malaysian government involved with their exhibitors, different manufacturers from to clothing to cosmetics, all halal lifestyle products that offer to the North American market. So yes, and we have also part Turkey. We have some from India, Pakistan, and that's the exciting part about our show that targets the manufacturers first. That's coming to this market to find a new partners or a new outlet to showcase their products. So that's where the idea of Halal Expo came about.
Well, it's really interesting when you have governments involved because it seems to me they're mostly really supportive of businesses within their countries and kind of trying to push the trade to happen between countries, and that's really an exciting sort of like a UN of food. I love that. And the Canadian government is interested and involved in this event. Can you tell us like how that happened? Because I think
Yeah,
that's a fascinating part that they're really supportive of this event and this business. So
uh, Canada's like every government, every uh, uh, place in the world, when they see a niche that has potential, like the halal industry in Canada, and how it's grown in a way that I cannot imagine. It's a very fast, especially when I'm been living here for more than 10 years. I've seen how things are changing every day. So we are definitely being supported from the start. We've been in talk and support by the OMAFRA, the Ontario Ministry of Agriculture and Food. Alberta has been also from the beginning. Alberta government, the Ministry of Agriculture and Food as well. They've
the
been
different
supporting, and they're subsidizing also the cost, part of the cost of the exhibitors or the manufacturers from those two provinces coming to our show. They will pay a big chunk of their travel, the booth, the whole thing to support that. Even the U.S. government, because we have, them probably, Maya Cosmetics, uh,
Mhm.
they
Yes.
get supported by the U.S. government to come to our show.
Oh,
So there's
okay.
the governments, they don't look at they look at the business aspect. If it helps the community, if it helps the people, and brings more business to the country, there's nothing to. We are living in a society that is open to all culture and diversity, especially in North America. So there's nothing, goes wrong. They want to support any business opportunity, particularly from the halal and other ethnicity.
And this seems to be the right time, worldwide for minority businesses or sort of, I think Muslims really have an opportunity, and not just Muslims, but I think anybody who's interested in sort of addressing the needs of the halal consumer, right? So you don't have to be a Muslim or a Muslim-owned business to attend the event, right? I mean, that's sort of your selling point, is that this is for everybody who wants to be part of this huge market that's got so much potential. And it's not just food, I should clarify, because I'm always talking about food, but your event is on the halal lifestyle, right? So can you tell us, other than food, what else, what other kinds of businesses would participate or can participate? Because there's still time for people to register.
Of course, the thing is, we just want this show to be appealing to everyone, and we want to make sure that every ethnicity, every faith looks at the show as a place where they can source products and services. And as you mentioned, it's not necessarily owned. Actually, 50% of the owned halal manufacturers products here in Canada, particularly in Canada and US, are owned by non-Muslims. Mm-hmm. And in our show, we gathered people from all aspects, all background, and they all came in together in a professional manner. We don't discuss religion. We discuss the trade aspect of halal industry, and we discuss how we can regulate it, how we can make it more streamlined and more appealing to every community, and packaged properly and offered in a healthy manner. And definitely we focus on those areas and make sure that we do have all the areas, like from cosmetics, vitamins, clothing, finance, tourism, or tourism growing in a big way, banking and finance, investment. Now we're establishing a credit union in Canada for Muslims to.
Oh, wow.
So there are many, not only in Canada, also in the US as well, because we're targeting the whole North American market. This show is the whole North American market to leverage from that. The reason why it's based in Toronto, because as you probably know, we have the biggest concentration of Muslim in one big city. We are the largest community, I think, in North America in one area, not as large as the US population of Muslim, but as a concentration fact, we are I think by far we are the largest community. So that's the reason why we're bringing together everything that to do with not just the food, the way we live, the way that healthy, ethical. We have RBC, for example, the top 3 banks in Canada as RBC. RBC is we've always been with us from the start, and they're back again to offer ethical wealth management, where they take your money and invest it in a most ethical way, most appropriate way for a Muslim, or for
halal stocks, asset management. That's the thing I noticed in Toronto, which is it's the perfect place for this event, because there are so many services for Muslims there. I mean, not only do you have, there are lots of cities where there are lots of Muslims, but Toronto seems to match up the amount of Muslims with the amount of services. And I think that's what makes it livable for Muslims and people of all these ethnic backgrounds who come, and they can feel comfortable. I mean, one of the hardest things for people to do is get a home in the halal, way. And so for the banks to be involved that are addressing the needs of Muslims, I think is a really big move.
And we are happy to see that changes and things are, because we love the way that the diversity that Canada is all about, and what we're trying to promote to the world. And as you mentioned, here you don't feel out of place. It's so easy to be a Muslim here. Everything is available. I've seen that myself since I moved to Canada 10 years ago, and I've seen that how things are changing and how things are progressing, and that's the way. And when you mention about for not only for Muslim, for all background. When I go to a butcher, halal butcher, I see people who are non-Muslim, and I ask him, why would you come here? He says, I feel like it's going to be healthy because it's something about it. It tastes different. It tastes healthy.
It's a
Yeah,
positive.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
I see that.
and they're just buying from the halal butcher. I don't know, because they like it. They say we like buying from halal.
I think that's great, because in this era of so much misinformation and aggression towards people of different faiths and minorities, not just us, but I did feel a sense of calm and tranquility when I was there, and I thought, well, and this is how you can become productive as a business person, or just you can live your life a little bit more calmly, and then things can get done. You can create, you can innovate, you can produce. So I'm really happy that this is happening in Toronto, because I think it is the perfect place, and you certainly have the experience and the network to bring everybody together. What is your goal for the event? Like, what's your dream result of the event? What do you hope to achieve by the end of it?
Okay, so when we started the concept, like, as you mentioned, I am a trade show organizer by trade, by profession for the last 30 plus years. So to me, I'm not a specialized in halal, or I'm just a trade show organizer. I organize kitchen and bath shows, stone shows, building materials, anything to do that is niche. But when I in 2017 or 2018, when I tried to launch a new show, I looked at the different markets, I looked at the different industry, and I saw that there is a great growth in the halal, but there's no platform that is B2B. There are many great events in US and Canada that is consumer driven, which is great for the community, where they get to meet, they get to try different food and try to buy different products for their family. But we wanted something more than that, something more that will regulate and will help develop and elevate the standard of that industry. And nothing is better than a trade show to bring that together through exhibition and through a conference that help also educate the different professionals and the industry and the traders, that all the people who want to get into that industry. So we planned this together, and we met a lot of scholars, a lot of leaders of the halal industry here in Canada and North America, as well. We traveled and we went to Malaysia, we went to different countries to ask, what do you think of the Canadian market? And they said, we've been studying that market. We know there is a potential, but we don't know how to enter that market. Where that came about. And then we wanted to, what we want to achieve at the end is to actually grow that platform to a much bigger place, and to look at to be bringing North American as countries together, and the global to come and deal business with them through vice versa, like both ways, through import and export to North America and import from North America. And this is where we're trying to reach. That's why we are working closely with the Ontario and Alberta government to help. And that's why we partner with organizers of halal shows globally, because our objective also not to only help the suppliers here, but help the Canadian and North American or US manufacturers to export to the world. So it's a two objective that we're trying to achieve, and hopefully with the support of the community and the business community of the industry and all the leaders who are with us, including yourself, Yvonne, we will finally reach that goal. And that's our main objective, to bring that halal into the next level here. Yeah. It is mature in other countries. It's very matured in other countries, but here it's yet to mature to the next level.
Right. It's not mature, but it has all the potential. It has all the resources. It has all the minds that can come together and make something happen, which is why, I think that there's such a bright future in this niche. But also, I guess I would ask you, like, if I'm watching this and I'm thinking, well, this sounds amazing, but I don't have a business. Let's say I'm a person who I'm not Muslim, or I have a business idea, or I have a product that I think Muslims would like, or the halal consumer would like. Can I just come to the event and kind of see what's happening? Is this the right place for somebody who's sort of thinking about getting into business? Can they come and just kind of get to know people and know the industry?
Well, actually, this is the main objective of the show. The main objective is not only to source products, but actually it's for somebody who's thinking about, entering the project, entering this sector. And for example, if you're looking to open a halal restaurant, we do have uh, a franchise brands that gonna be launched at our show. That is coming from the UK, like Chawala, for example, or Chaiwala. It's an authentic South Asian cuisine. That's like a coffee shop.
Uh-huh.
And for example, if you want to franchise halal, that's one area you can come into the show. And the good thing about it in the uh, at the conference, we not only educate the existing players, we also educate the people that you just mentioned who want to enter. So through the certification standard and how what are the qualification for that. So we have a big
Yes.
session on that, particularly franchise, how to franchise your halal business,
Mhm.
how to learn about the halal industry, what are the countries involved, what are the opportunities out there. So from both the exhibit and the education program, you can find your way of trying to penetrate that market or develop yourself into that market eventually.
This is great for people who are very entrepreneurial, who are looking for the next thing, like something interesting. Or maybe there's people who already have a business that, like, for example, a food business, and they want to create a line of halal products within their food business, or even clothing or something. There's always a way to like, I always tell people, like, there's always a way to serve the halal community, even if you already have an existing business. There's ways to extend your product line or branch out your business to reach this market. So I think anybody who's just thinking of an idea or already has a business, this would be a great place to come and just learn. I think people are curious about halal. And so I just want to keep reiterating the fact that you don't have to be Muslim to come.
No,
You
no,
don't.
no. We looked at the survey. We do have our own registration platform that we use through a partner company that we work with, and we do the reports after we finish, and we look at the people backgrounds. Just by looking at the names and the where they're coming from, it's not all Muslim. A lot of them are really interested because this is where people are seeing, because we as Muslim community, we're a big buying power. We like food. We like to buy. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I apologize. We like to buy food. We like to buy to source services. As you mentioned, clothing, modest clothing is becoming a big thing here. Uh, so it's really a place for everybody to come in, and also the fact you mentioned about the clothing, we do have a surprise. I think you might like it because I know you're into the stuff. The fashion, modest fashion is
Fashion
it's
show.
it's starting to enter our show. So we do have a program. We just not gonna speak much because we're gonna announce it very soon. We're gonna showcase something that interesting. People like it. It's from different countries, not only from Canada, and it's gonna be a big hit. Aside from that, as you know, we have the live cooking demo, which will be presented by the one and only Ivan Mafi. So that's going to be another features and other surprises that we're having in the pipeline that can keep the show more exciting, more appealing to everyone to come and enjoy.
And you're also going to have a time period where you'll have different people speaking about on topics of halal, so people can, if you're just an observer who wants to come in and just listen, you're going to have a lot of experts in the field talk about various aspects of the halal business industries, right?
Well, definitely. Not only locally, we are inviting international experts in this field, and we did that last time. I think people who attended the show, it's very selective. We talk about areas that concern in the industry. We discuss challenges. We discuss the good and the bad in every aspect of it. We try to help people. We try to even inspire. In some of the session, we try to inspire the audience into getting into the business. So it's going to be a mix of all. We're going to have a presentation of countries that will present themselves to the local market. so
Mhm.
they can do business with that country. So a lot of things are going to be happening. We're very excited. Actually, we are. We've been waiting for this moment to come back, and
Yeah.
hopefully that we're finally able to vent our ideas now into this upcoming edition in May 12 to 14, and we're very excited.
You have so much going on at this event. I think that anybody who's interested in any aspect of business or just has that idea of like, maybe can I not, we'll find something here for them. Like more established businesses, you have something called business matchmaking. You touched on it earlier in our conversation, but I think that's really fascinating. Can you tell us what that's about and how does that work?
Yes, so we did that last edition. We did it with a company out of Malaysia who built a platform for us online and on site. So
Mhm.
where basically you connect to if you are a buyer and you want to connect to the manufacturer, you book an appointment. You have a little introduction uh, via that platform, and you come to the show. You book the time, and we have a place where you can sit down privately and discuss business with them away from your booth
Mhm.
if the time permits for the exhibitor. So we do have that idea, and we're gonna try to also enhance it this time and offer more option for both exhibitor and attendees to connect and interact.
That's so useful because I know people in businesses who travel to different countries to source products, and it's difficult. It's difficult unless you have a very specific and quiet place to talk. There's a lot of shows where you go to and you try to talk to people, and it's a bit hard. But you're saying that they can make an appointment and sit down. That's a really nice environment to sort of make a deal with somebody and discuss about how this can work together, because and then they're not having to travel to 5 different countries to source a product. They can just come and see what services and products would
And
fit.
and this is the whole idea of doing the trade show, because what happened in the past, our buyers would have to travel to different countries
Exactly.
those products, and we're trying to bringing those stuff into their, and even in a local level, like we had a couple of companies, one from far Canada and one from US, and they've been struggling to enter the Greater Toronto market, which is Toronto, the biggest
Mhm.
market for halal.
Yes.
And they've been struggling for years. And when they came to our show and exhibited, they actually were able to have their products in one of few outlets in retail outlets in GTA or Greater Toronto area, and it was much easier for them. In 2 3 days, they secured um,
Exactly.
a buyer that can take the products and display it at his supermarket or at his outlets, retail outlets. And that's the whole idea of it. We're trying to get people together, and
Mhm.
instead of wasting the time of getting an appointment, and sometimes you don't know if you're talking to the right person. You gotta spend time in your hotel to meet people and to go to the market. And usually people, sometimes you don't want to meet strangers. They want to, you know,
Exactly.
in a
Yeah.
trade show, everybody's there. You can probably meet the CEO at his most leisure time. He's sitting down there waiting for you to come. But
Yeah.
in a
Yep.
normal time, he might not pick up the phone. But now
Right.
he can
And
reach.
sometimes I've seen events where people just sit down on, like, they have couches, they have coffee, it's really nice. And more importantly, all of their numbers and their information is all packaged nicely, and everybody's sort of ready to go with these events. And I think we're all kind of ready to get back to that. It's not the same by Zoom. It's just not. Doesn't
And
happen. So
I watch your videos when you're cooking, and I was like, okay, can I have a taste? Because you're teasing us. At least now, if I see you on site, I can grab a
yeah,
bite or something. But
that's what happens. People.
it's just like a torture for me every time I see you cooking on the
No, it's
videos.
true. It's true. You just wish everybody could smell the food you're cooking on TV, but it just doesn't happen. So during the shows, yeah, people come and like kind of swipe, the food and all the
Yeah.
samples. So that's fun. I miss it. I miss being able to like really interact with the crowd, and so I look forward to that soon, inshallah. So tell us more, because now we're going to get into like who are some of the food brands? I mean, if you can talk, I don't know if you can talk about this yet. I know some things are still in the works, but can you tell us about any of your sponsors? Who's really going to be heavily involved, and like what food brands particularly can we look forward to? Because they're different. Canadian food brands are kind of unknown to us in the U.S., so I think that'd be interesting.
I mean, they slowly entering the U.S. market.
Slowly, yeah.
So we gathered a lot of names in the market. We have like Maple Leaf with their brand Mina Halal. We have Maple Lodge with their brand Zabiha. We have even a bison burger, halal burger.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, which was
I've
launched.
always wanted to try it.
It's actually yummy to the point that people gathered in her booth and they were just trying to burger. That burger was launched for the first time in our show in 2019.
Oh, wow.
And the lady was so happy with the outcome that she want to come back again, and now
Good.
she's be back
Very
again.
That's
Also,
amazing.
we have so many. I can't remember off the top of my head, but there are so many brands that are coming in. Not only from the local, also from the international things that you never seen in North America. It's going to be there.
That's so exciting.
They're looking for partners. They're looking for distributors. So yeah, we're we're looking forward to that, and we're looking also like companies like you know them very well. Maya Cosmetics is
Yeah.
going to come back again with us. So we are looking forward to so many ideas, so many brands, and I it will be coming onto our website, the list of exhibitors. I think by end of March, beginning of April, people will be able to view the list of exhibitors, and the registration will be up and running also for the attendees to register online before coming to the show.
Will people be able to taste some of the products from the food brands? Will they?
Yes, yes.
Oh,
We usually allow requests from the exhibitors to apply for the permit, and usually they have a permit, so that the food tasting is there.
that's the main
It's
reason.
available. It wasn't available during the pandemic, but now things are changing. Even movie theater did not allow food. Now
Oh, yeah.
they're allowing food at the in the So yeah, things are slowly changing, especially on Ontario, where we are staying, which is a province where Toronto is part of, is the capital. Toronto is the capital of Ontario. So Ontario, in particular, we have announced a lot of loosening of restrictions, almost to accept the mask. That's the only thing that is maybe still.
Well, things are slowly getting better when there are food samples at Costco.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what? I realized that I missed that. It was nice walking out.
No,
Yeah.
I used to go there and just like be able to nibble, and then when there were no samples during the pandemic, and then slowly they started coming back, and I said, "Oh, I think I think we're coming back to normal because even Costco is allowing us to have."
No, it's great. And it's interesting. I don't know about U.S. Market, but I've noticed that too. But I hear you can find in Costco and in Walmart lots of options for halal, especially Walmart. I mean,
It's happening here. It's
I
really
10 years ago, when I would go to Walmart, I might find meat, a few meat option. But now, in the last 7 or 5 years in particular, it's so many halal options. It's a lot of them. It's like things that I didn't realize.
Yeah, no, alhamdulillah, things are, and that's why your event is so important, because it's starting to provide options and innovation. And this is my next topic, like to kind of segue into is the support of new innovation you have at your event. You have, I don't know, for people who are familiar with the Canadian show, The Dragon's Den, which is similar to the American show Shark Tank. And I wonder if Mr. Wonderful came. Did Mr. Wonderful come from the Dragon's Den to the Shark? Was he on the Dragon's Den? Do you know who Mr. Wonderful is?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
no.
Was he on the Dragon's Den originally? Do you know?
Oh, you mean Mr. Wonderful? Which one are you talking
Mr.
about?
Wonderful is I don't know, actually know his Kevin O'Leary. Kevin O'Leary. He's one of the sharks, but he's Canadian, so
he's Canadian with a Lebanese background. I know.
Yes, I think so. Anyway, side note.
No, no, but talking about that, we are actually trying to do something like similar to that
Yes,
for the
exactly.
young entrepreneurs, and we are still it's in the making. We're trying to get it all together, where young entrepreneurs who are trying to pitch a business halal idea, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and they trying
Fantastic.
to do that. So we have a lot of things that we're working on now. We've been very busy, as you mentioned. We have stopped all the activities, and now we're focusing on the halal for the next 2 3 months. We'll be working 24/7.
I know you're very busy about this, and there's so much going
Wait,
on.
I just realized my I added one e to my name. I don't know what happened. I don't
Oh,
know.
that's okay. I didn't notice.
Yeah.
Uh, well, they can get. I've got your profile on my Instagram and TikTok, so they can check out the correct.
It just looks very funny. It's like D this all the
No,
way.
I'm
So many E's.
the correct is DEEB.
Yes.
Nasser, we have a question from Jay Eunice, and he's in the halal industry, I believe. He's asking, how are the pre-registered attendee numbers looking for this year's event? Is that something you can talk about or not?
We're actually getting a lot of people who are asking in even since January, because once we started our
Mhm.
strong campaign, we have not yet published our online registration platform. We're actually working on it as we speak. But we're getting a lot of inquiries, but we're saving those names, and we are replying to them that we will send you the link once it become available. But everybody's excited to come to the show. Javid, don't worry, we'll keep you posted. Javid Fumaya, right? Is this
Jay Eunice.
yeah? It's I think it's Javid
Right, yeah,
Fumaya.
I think that's
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, so I will definitely keep you posted, but definitely the people are looking forward to it in the show. We are the only halal show now is happening in this year, actually, and everybody's excited to come in. And yeah, we can't announce it so early. The
Sure.
online registration, because it's too early for it to.
We're still in February, so we've got a ways to go.
Yeah. So
More months.
by end of March, it will be live on our website, and
Mhm.
we'll be able to accept registered at that time.
Yeah, and it seems like most people have a habit of signing up and registering at the last moment, at the last, closest to the deadline. I would encourage people not to do that because it makes your job so much harder. But hopefully, people will get a sense of what the event is about. And I hope all of you who are watching, please share this event on your Facebook pages, your Twitter, your LinkedIn, especially because that's where a lot of the professionals in the halal industry or business world are. So even if you think, hey, I don't really know anybody who's interested in this, you never know. It might really touch someone's interest or pique their interest in, hey, I know this is something that I could be part of. So again, remember that you don't have to be Muslim to be part of it. You don't even have to be in the halal industry. This is just a great way to get to know more information. And I'm certainly going to be sharing this kind of information over and over on all of my social media. Nasser, you also are on social media, and so is the expo. So can you share with us some of your social media information that I can put in the comments?
It's very simple. Halal Expo Canada in Facebook, Halal Expo Canada in LinkedIn, Halal Expo Canada in Instagram, in Twitter. It's all Halal Expo Canada. That's our just name. Just type Halal Expo Canada, and we're the only people who have that name.
Okay.
So it will not be a problem to find us. We also have it in our page, halalexpocanada.com. You will find all our handles and all our social media platforms. We do also have our YouTube channel. Again, it's Halal Expo Canada.
Mhm.
You can find all our videos from the start, from 2018 till now. And yeah, we're easy to find. Our name is simple, Halal Expo Canada. Just
I
type
like
it.
your shirt too. You're really you're walking the talk.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's just we keep it simple, and I think for a lot of people, even globally, we've been recognized by our logo, because people there know that it's, and we try to keep it appealing to everybody, so that people and simple, because we don't want anybody to be scared of us. We want people to be happy to be part of it.
Yeah, I think that once people see I always talk about the fact that halal has an abundance factor. It's not limiting, it's not restricting. In fact, there's so little that we cannot do in halal that Once people are educated, and this event will certainly be educational, they will understand all of the infinite possibilities there are in this business world and social. And not to mention, I think you'll meet some really great people. There's a lot of really fascinating people, a lot of really movers and shakers. It's just a fantastic place to be if you're interested in expanding your horizons, So
and the good part is we in the previous time we had it for 2 days. Was Thursday and Friday, and because when we did the questionnaire among exhibitors and attendees, they all agreed that we should have one more day, and we added Saturday, not to necessarily attract public, but because some of the professional and business people or people who want to enter that business of halal, they're full-time employees during the week, and the only time they can come into the show it's on Saturday. So the show it's going to be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So it's a 3 days event, and we are looking to attract bigger audience. Last time we actually had people from the U.S. We had from New York, we had from Michigan, we had from Illinois, we have from Washington D.C. We have a lot of people came from the U.S. to attend our show. It was amazing.
I'm certainly happy you're doing it in May when it's in the thick of winter.
No, actually, May is what we call it a perfect weather for us because it's not hot, it's not cold, it's just perfect. And the trees, everything will look so nice. You will, and by the way, for people who are gonna come to our show, after they finish, they can just drive 1 hour max, and they can see the best side of Niagara Falls.
Oh, the best side of Niagara Falls, right? The Canadian side.
I'm sorry.
So it had to be said, right? It had to be said. It's always going to be a thing. Okay, it's certainly beautiful there.
What is true? I mean, come on.
I stay neutral. Thank you so much for your time, but I'm going to let you fill us in. If there's anything else I missed, and you'd like to talk about, please let us know, Is there anything else you want to share, or have we covered?
I just want to make sure that everybody is welcome to our show. Once we have the registration up and running online, we'd like you to come and register. We encourage you all to come and support this platform because it's important that we regulate and make this elevate the standard of this industry that is growing in a very, very fast pace. What we need to make sure that it goes in the right direction and continue to grow, continue to flourish, attract much more investors and much more people locally and internationally. And this is where our main objective. Welcome. For any questions, you can reach out to me or to one of my team members. And for more information, you can go to our website, as I mentioned, halalexpocanada.com. And thank you so much, Evan. And we can't wait to meet you in person and welcome you to Toronto. I know you like Toronto, so we'd like to welcome you back and see you here.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. I wish all the best, and I'm going to do my best to just continue to support your event and your endeavors and the expansion and growth and elevation of halal. As you said, I think those are such important things. So we've got a good group of people working on things, and I think it's going to be fantastic. And those of you watching, remember, it's not going to be online. It's not a hybrid event, so you really have to register to come. And
we want to see you. We want to see everybody. We don't want
to. It's time. It's time. Yeah. Let's hope everything.
We'll make sure that everything is with the compliance with all the safety and health standards.
Canada's pretty good about that. I noticed. I mean, you can't get in without having all the checks off the list. So they're pretty thorough. So I think everything will be fine. Inshallah. We wish for the best. All right. Thank you so much, Nasser. I know you're a busy guy. You got to get back to work. So have a great day. And we're really glad that you were able to come and tell us all about the Halal Expo Canada.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Take care. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.